It's Rob Rush, and on December 10th at the Paramount in Huntington, you will be able to see the gentleman that I am on Zoom with right now, along with Vinnie Pastorius and Michael Imperioli. They are, of course, members of one of the greatest television shows of all time. In conversation with the Sopranos, will be at the Paramount on December 10th, and I got Steve Schirripa, aka Bobby Baccalieri, on the Zoom. What's going on, buddy?
So, pal, what's happening? Good to see
Not
you.
much. Great to see you first time in face to face. We've spoken on the phone numerous times, busting each other's chops. I remember I told you I'm one of the PA announcers for the Mets. You so were very kind to tell me that that's not good because you're a Yankee fan, but you know.
Thank you, man, but I don't hate the Mets. I went to a Met game this year. I don't hate
Yeah,
the
I think we texted when you went to one of those Met games. Yeah,
Mets. I root for the Mets. So when the Yankees ain't around,
and
I
then I
don't hate
saw
them.
you
I'm
on.
not, I'm not one of those Met hating Yankee fans. I'm okay with them.
And then I saw you on the Knicks game. Maybe last week you were at the Knicks game,
Knicks,
right?
I'm a fan. I'm a huge Knicks fan.
Yeah, so am I. I think we got a chance this year, maybe. You know.
Well, certainly competitive. That's good.
Competitive is a good choice of words. Yes, exactly. And speaking of competitive, a lot of podcasts in the market. You guys really broke out during the pandemic. You and Michael with your Talking Sopranos podcast, where it was kind of that was the first of. Then people started copying you of rewatching the television shows episode by episode.
Uh, I don't. Maybe. I mean, I don't really know, but someone had approached us about doing it like in January,
Mhm.
and long story short, we decided to do it on our own independently. We didn't like. We got a couple of people try to hustle us. We weren't very. Neither one of us were very familiar with the podcast world.
Yeah.
Uh, Kind of got guys trying to snowball us, so we said let's just do it ourselves. And we have a great producer, Jeff Sussman, and Andy. And Jeff is Joe Rogan's manager.
Okay.
Knew all about it, and we did it on our own. We were supposed to start it, and then the pandemic hit, and then we said, "Man, what are we doing? This isn't important. The world's coming apart." But we kept getting emails and stuff, and people contacting us saying, "Hey, we need it now more than ever." So we just took a shot. And first five or six are a little rough, to be honest. We didn't kind of get the grasp of things. I talked over Michael a lot and kind of didn't get the. Then we got the hang of it, and we did 91 episodes. We've had 60 something guests on, and writers, producers, actors, and from the show, and it created David Chase, and it was very popular, a big hit all over the world, and now it's on HBO Max. Uh, they added clips to it.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
People are still watching it, and it was fun to do. It was a lot of work. People don't
Yeah.
realize it was a lot of work because we hadn't watched the show since it aired.
Wow.
So now you had to go back and watch it and take notes. So
Now
you
that's
had to.
funny because people would think that you would want to watch. Well, it depends on what level of narcissism people are, but you don't go watch your shows when you're on. You
I
film it
don't.
and you're done, right?
Yeah, I don't. I don't watch it. Even Blue Bloods. I'm on Blue Bloods now.
Yeah, the
I, I
great
don't.
part.
I don't watch it. It's a great show. Happy to be a part of it. I don't watch the show. I watched it at the beginning to see what was doing, and then I just don't like to watch myself.
Yeah.
The Sopranos. I was a fan of the show at the beginning, so I watched it, and then I hadn't never watched it again. So now we're doing this show 20 years later, and you got to stop and go and notes because we went through every episode, every scene of every episode.
Yeah.
Talk. So it was hard because a lot of fans they know more than we do. They know a lot more than we do. So you better know what you're talking about.
And
So it
then
was good.
how long has it been that you guys have been doing it on the road with you, Michael, and you added
Doing
Vinny?
that for years. We've been doing versions of it for years.
Yeah.
Tony Rico, when he was alive, Paulie Walnuts used to do it with us. Now, Vinny's been doing it with us. I mean, we toured Australia in
Yeah.
2019. Vinny's been with us 2017, and we do it in between, our jobs. But it's really taken off. And, we do 1,000, 1,200, 13, 1,400 people. And we have a great comic, Joey Cola, and he opens the show. Then we show clips, we show slides throughout the show. We talk a lot about Paulie Walnuts and Jim Gandolfini, who we lost. And we got some prepared questions. Then we do a Q&A with the audience. It's all comedy driven, funny stories, only stories that people who were there and a part of it would know.
Yeah. When you're doing it live like that, I mean, every element has the capacity. How many knuckleheads do you get that ask a stupid question, or do you kind of vet them all out?
Oh, not stupid.
Yeah.
Some repetitive stuff. Sometimes people are asking you questions. I want to be an actor. What should I do? And
Mhm.
you get some of that, but sometimes you get some really good questions. I mean, we can't be stumped. So
Yeah.
we've been doing this so long, we can't be stumped. But you get some good questions.
What about
Listen, this is your chance to ask a soprano a question. If something's on your mind, one of the three of us know the answer,
exactly?
so we're happy to discuss it.
What can you tell me about I knew you grew up in Brooklyn and then you went out to Vegas for a while, but Long Island, being that you're going to be in Huntington, what are some of your favorite memories of Long Island? I mean, I know the infamous your last episode, Blue Comet, was shot on Long Island at Valley.
Yeah, Trainland, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's Long Island, right?
Valley Stream, yeah, right on the border. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Valley Street, yeah. I mean, I'm not that familiar, to be honest, with Long Island.
No,
I've done book signings in Huntington. They used to have that great independent bookstore.
right up the road from where the Paramount is. Yeah, it's gone. The book review. Yeah.
Great bookstore. I'm not all that familiar. I'll be honest. I mean, I've obviously been there, but we shot Trainland. We shot on Valentine's Day, and we shot all day, 12, 14 hours, and then about half day the next day.
Wow.
The next morning, it was a blizzard. It snowed. It's a lot of snow on the ground. It was February. What's it? 14th, right?
Yeah. Last I checked.
2007. Yeah. I mean, I like Long Island. I got no problem with it. I'm not a Hamptons guy, so.
No, well, neither am I. But there's a couple good pizza places across the street from the Paramount. If you guys want to get some food from there, Little Vincent's is over there, and you have Portofino's, which is on the corner. So that area, that's a cool little area. Did you play it before? And did this
No,
come?
we were
No,
in Patchogue.
you were in Patchogue. Okay. Yeah.
We love Patchogue. We were there this time. We're trying the Paramount. It's a different part of Long Island, and we're happy to be there. We know a lot of good people play there all the time. So hopefully people will come out. I know tickets. Still, we're doing a meet and greet in this one. We don't
Okay.
always do meet and greets. We're doing a meet and greets are available. If you want
And
to say,
how could people get that if they wanted to, Steve?
I guess when you go online to buy the tickets, it's
All right,
all set up.
ParamountNY.com is where they
Be
can
able
go.
to take a picture with us after the show.
That's very
Uh,
cool.
so that'll be good. And it's a good show. If you're a Soprano fan, I promise you'll laugh. You'll have a wonderful night out. I promise you. It's really good. We were just in. We're going to be in New Haven Saturday. We were just in D.C. We were just in Minnesota. We were just in Peekskill.
Yeah.
We're going to be in Montclair soon, New Jersey. We've done Boston, Providence, on and on. We do about once a month. It's a lot of fun.
I listened to
It's a lot of fun. The fans are very knowledgeable.
oh, they
And
are, yeah.
whole younger generation, a lot of people come with their kids. Kids are in their late teens, 20s, 30s. They were too young to watch it the first time around. They're watching it now sometimes with the parents.
Yeah, it's
So,
amazing. I was going to say I rewatched like most during the pandemic, but I was around for the original run, and I remember listening to the podcast as well during the pandemic because, like you said, a lot of people wanted you to do it. And we were working from home during the pandemic, so I would be broadcasting live from home. But beforehand, the gyms were closed and whatnot, so I'd always go for a walk and I put it on. And listening to you and how that was really where you got your hooks into being an actor, and it was really cool to hear you guys talking about the casting directors and who what so now that you've been doing this for quite some time, what would you say would be like the one thing that you learned and took away from that still resonates with you every day from The Sopranos?
From The Sopranos, I thought you were going to say show business.
Well,
I mean,
in terms of
what
show business, yes, that you're still using today.
everybody is full of crap.
That's true. Yes.
All right. And the people you think your friends aren't your friends. And you're talking from a guy who's made a living for 24 years. I
Yeah.
can only imagine what it's like for people that have struggled and to keep on trying. Because there's a lot of, you meet some really nice people, and there's a lot of insincerity.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Business of radio business also. Come on.
100%.
You're the best friend. They throw you out the door the next day. And I've been very lucky. I've been very lucky with work. I started on The Sopranos in 1999. I've worked all the way through. I was on another series after that. I've been on Blue Bloods since 2015. But me and Michael have spoke about it. And here's Michael, won an Emmy, nominated for another Emmy for White Lotus. He's going to do Broadway now, starring in a Broadway play coming up. And he'll tell you the same thing. It's very difficult. And there's a lot of luck involved and a lot of people. Like I said, for every good person you meet 5 crappy ones.
I like that. Very true. Unfortunately, you're right. It's very true.
You know, with The Sopranos, it was a once in a lifetime, wonderful experience that will never happen again. Uh, it really was like a family. I mean, it was a lot of fun. We spent a lot of time with each other, many years together. So people got married and divorced and had kids, and you saw all of that. Now a lot of people have gone their separate way. I mean, I'm in touch with a lot of them. That was a good thing about the podcast. There's a lot of people we haven't talked to in many, many years. So we got a chance to speak to them. They came on as guests. So, once in a lifetime, wonderful experience.
It is. And before I let you go, I see that, some of the pictures in the background. There's the picture of you from the infamous Jersey episode that was directed by Steve Buscemi. What was your favorite episode personally of The Sopranos?
Of course, most people love the Pine Barrens. I did. I like Whitecaps. The scenes with Tony and Carmela when she told him that she fantasized about Furio.
Yeah.
That's some of the finest acting that you'll find in movies or TV or anywhere. Jim Gandolfini and Edie Falco. So I really like that one. I mean, there's not a bad one in the batch. You
No.
watch the episodes, they're just fantastic. They hold up like they were written yesterday. Besides like the cars and the computers and stuff, there's not a bad show. I'm a big Seinfeld fan. There's not a bad Seinfeld, right? There's not a bad Sopranos. And when you watch The Sopranos, it's one of those shows where they were an hour long without commercials. 55 minutes. You didn't want it to end. You go,
Yeah.
I can't believe this is ending. I don't want this to end. It's so good.
Mhm.
And it was so good. The writing was incredible. All the actors were incredible. And going back to watch it, doing the podcast, I had another appreciation because I stepped away from it. And now you're looking from the outside, you go, this guy was wonderful. I mean, Federico was wonderful as Furio, and Stevie Van Zandt was wonderful as Silvio, and all the actors, just Uncle Junior.
Yeah.
All he was, an iconic TV character, as big as anybody,
Oh, 100%.
So
Yeah.
that's what we talk about in the show, and we behind the scenes stuff and things, you remember. And every show's different because, Michael wrote 5 episodes, so he
Mhm.
knows a lot. He was privy to a lot. So, you know,
Well, this is what you're into. You're into The Sopranos, and you're into the behind the scenes and the stories. This is certainly a night for you. In conversation with The Sopranos, it's my guest, Steve Schirripa. It's Michael Imperioli, Vinnie Pastorius at the Paramount in Huntington, and it's going to be on Sunday night, December 10th. ParamountNY.com is where you can get tickets, and you can also inquire about some meet and greets with the 3 gentlemen that will be there that night. Steve, thank you, man, for coming
what are
on.
you going to